Welcome back to the channel, where every story is more than just a plotline. It's an emotional storm, ready to sweep away every belief you thought was unshakable. If you think you've already seen through everything that's been unfolding, brace yourself, because today's video pushes every boundary to its most dangerous extreme. Love is no longer a safe refuge, family is no longer an unbreakable foundation, and secrets once carefully buried are beginning to crack from the inside. One wrong decision is all it takes to drag everyone into an inescapable spiral of betrayal. Stay with us until the very end, because what's about to be revealed won't just change the characters' destinies, it will leave you questioning whether, in a world where power, ambition, and emotion collide violently, anyone is truly innocent. The story unfolds in a suffocating atmosphere, where long-suppressed emotions have reached the brink of eruption. Shanice's mother is no longer content to remain on the sidelines. After months of silent observation, she decides to step directly into her daughter's emotional life, not with the gentleness one might expect, but with an attitude shaped by deep concern and cold calculation. To her, Ted is not merely the man Shanice loves. He's a link in a web of power and family secrets capable of crushing anyone naive enough to wander into it. The fragments of information she has quietly gathered, ranging from tangled social connections to opaque financial dealings, gradually assemble into a frightening picture, one in which Shanice appears as an unwitting pawn, unaware that she is standing on a dangerously loaded chessboard. The mother's motives are far from pure. Beyond the fear of losing her daughter, she sees in this relationship a direct threat to the stability she has struggled to maintain for years. She understands all too well the price of entanglement with powerful families, where reputations are purchased with silence and money is exchanged for loyalty. Ted, with his confident exterior and controlling charm, embodies that world. When she realizes that he is bound by an unspoken agreement involving money and reputation, one that could collapse at any moment, she knows that anyone close to him could be dragged into a destructive spiral if the truth were exposed. Meanwhile, Shanice lives in a state of intense inner conflict she has not yet found the words to name. Her love for Ted makes her feel grown, chosen, and seen as an independent woman. Yet her mother's forceful intervention digs into insecurities Shanice has long tried to bury. She's angry at feeling controlled and having her judgment dismissed, but at the same time she cannot fully ignore those cold, unsettling warnings. Deep down, Shanice knows her mother is not someone who panics without cause, and that realization only deepens her confusion. Ted, at the center of it all, is facing decisions that could determine his future. The unspoken deal entangling him allows no room for error, and Shanice, whether he admits it or not, is becoming his greatest vulnerability. Ted understands that to preserve his status and reputation, he may be forced to sacrifice something of real importance. His silence is no longer a sign of composure, but a shell concealing dangerous moves being calculated in the shadows. Every choice he makes carries the potential for betrayal, not only of those around him, but of his own true emotions. The tension escalates when Shanice accidentally discovers an unsettling sign, a small detail, yet enough to send a chill through her, that suggests her mother knows far more than she has ever admitted. This revelation shakes the already fragile trust between them. Shanice begins to question whether the warnings come from love or from another attempt at control, and whether she's being guided by someone else's fear rather than listening to her own heart. Feeling trapped between two opposing forces, she reacts defensively, withdrawing and making increasingly impulsive decisions as a way to assert her autonomy. Shanice's mother, sensing the growing distance, is pushed into a corner herself. She knows that continued pressure could cost her daughter, yet silence could mean losing Shanice in an even more permanent way. This inner struggle drives her to consider more extreme actions, including the possibility of deliberately revealing part of the truth about Ted, even if doing so would unleash consequences she cannot control. Fear hardens into resolve, and motherhood itself is tested by the very secrets she has tried to keep hidden. On Ted's side, his next moves grow ever more reckless. He realizes that his relationship with Shanice is not merely a personal risk, but a breach in the defensive wall he has built to protect himself. The idea of having to choose between power and affection fills him with anger. But that anger turns towards Shanice and her mother, those he feels are cornering him with no escape. Betrayal begins to take shape, not through a single act, but through a conscious decision to place self-interest above all else. As the story nears its climax, every character is forced to confront their darkest side. Shanice faces a painful choice between trusting the love she holds onto and heeding the cold warnings that might save her from disaster. Her mother must decide which truths must be exposed and which must remain buried, even if the cost is the collapse of their mother-daughter bond. Ted, at the eye of the storm, understands that whatever decision he makes now will leave scars that can never be erased. As the episode closes, a heavy atmosphere settles over everything. No one remains in a safe position. Love, loyalty, and ambition intertwine into a web so taut that even the lightest touch could cause it to shatter. The lingering question is not only whom Shanice will choose, but whether any of them can escape the spiral of betrayal and the disastrous decisions waiting just ahead.